I'm 39, and I'm gonna be 40 in like 7, maybe 8 months. I'm realizing like I'm not old. I don't feel old. I know it's people older than me would call me young, but I know I'm not young anymore. It's like a realization. It's just stuff I can't do no more. And I'm not saying like in like the, how people be like, oh, my back hurt when I wake up. Like, it's not like that. Like, I'm old. It's like I'm just not, it's shit I'm not doing no more because I don't want to. I say how I feel. Like, from this point on, I'm saying how the fuck I feel, right? I'm not shrinking myself to make people comfortable around me. I'm not being quiet. It's like, I'm gonna say how the fuck I feel. So everything I say beyond this point, I say with all due disrespect. I wrote down some prompts that kind of lead in to how I feel. Some of y'all may have heard this before. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing you that he didn't exist. White people are the devil. Some of y'all white, I understand. If you disagree, I'm asking this question. Is the devil evil? Yes or no?
Yes.
Y'all don't seem sure of this shit. I'm asking y'all a question. Is the devil evil?
Yes.
Very basic question, right? Is slavery evil?
Yes.
Is slavery in the history books for real?
Yes.
You see how fucked up that is? That's fucked up. So inherently, white people the devil. This is how I know white people evil. White people created a genre of music called grunge. And that sounds like this. Who the fuck was like, this speaks to me? And like that, like it's a whole, and they don't, most people you hear music, you dance. These motherfuckers just be in the crowd fighting. They just in the motherfucker. That needs to be studied. That needs to be like, that's like can somebody talk about that? Black people, Motown, feel good music. I love you, I'm in love with you. Come on, let's go on a date. That's evil. Some people may argue that rap music is like murder. I like to argue that rap music really is a cry for help, right? Based on circumstances. I'll kill you. I'm scared. I need money because I'm fucked up. Fuck all these hoes. Because I'm emotionally damaged. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of rap, do y'all realize probably two of the most like iconic rappers of all time, Tupac and Biggie, they were 24 and 25 when they died? That's crazy. We idolized two 20-year-olds. That's some crazy shit. Is there anybody in their 20s right now in this crowd that you idolize? That's stupid. We was like, oh my God, they the great. They were 24 and like they didn't even finish their life out. Y'all remember when Snoop Dogg was like, America's Most Wanted, I'm a gang. This motherfucker doing Skechers commercials. Like, what? Who knows what these motherfuckers would have became? And there's a whole generation of kids like, they the most gangster motherfuckers on the place. Like, no, they were. We didn't even allow them to fucking get out of that. Okay. Voting in America is like picking what new slot machine is going to casino. You're still gonna lose. Donald Trump got the creators of Tubi and Tyler Perry to produce this Assassination. That shit was horrible. I hated the ending because he didn't get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you fake getting assassinated and don't get shot? Like, that's the whole purpose. So it's like, that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Anybody that believe that shit, with all due respect, you stupid in the motherfucker. Like, that shit was clearly, every black person watched that shit was like, nah, this ain't right. Something ain't adding up. Cause the shots happened, pop, 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 pop. And then Trump was like, oh, And then security ran up and they turned it to like ballet dancers. They was like, no. And then they went down, and then we heard him, he was like, my shoe, get my shoe. I was like he had on some slides underneath the podium. He was like, I'm gonna put my shoe on. And then he stood up, and rather than rushing him off, he was like, hold on. In what assassination attempt do they miss, and then you turn back to the direction that they were shooting you in and be like, that's a second chance in most real situations. Oh, I can finish the job. He's still there. Could you imagine if Martin Luther King was on a Lorraine hotel balcony and the assassin, like he shot and then missed, and Dr. Martin Luther King was like, I don't believe you should be doing that, brother. This is how amazing white privilege is. This is how amazing white privilege is. Apparently, I guess they forgot to yell action so everybody couldn't react when they were supposed to. But all the white people, in the midst of what was an attempted assassination, they just stood there like, this is peculiar. if 5 people just got up and ran out this motherfucker, everybody gotta get the fuck up out of here. They know something I don't know. I gotta protect myself. Those white people will look around like, well, they're not shooting at us apparently, so we have to investigate this. News came out, they was like, the glass shattered, right? Y'all remember that? They said the glass shattered and it hit his ear. And then the next day he came out and was like, when the bullet went through my flesh. It's like, this shit ain't adding up. It's fake. And it's because we like fake shit. We enjoy fake shit. I ain't gonna say we like fake shit. We just enjoy it. We suspend disbelief for entertainment. My problem with politics is that when they need us, they show up like the dude that's trying to console the girl that just broke up with her boyfriend. Right? They show up, they're like, oh, what? You need some what? Oh, that's fucked up. We gonna take care of that. We gonna take care of you. The whole time they just trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get that vote. They trying to get that vote up out you. Oh, that's crazy. Come on, I got you. And then they get it and they gone. Kamala Harris, she the first everything. First black, first Indian, first Asian, bisexual, left-handed. Like you name it, she the first everything. And they like, y'all should vote for her. I'm like, she ain't saying shit for me to give you her vote yet. I haven't seen Kamala Harris up until this point. She said, we did it, Joe. Kamala Harris said, we did it, Joe. She went to the White House. She got her laptop, her sign-in info, and she the first work-from-home vice president. Where the fuck has Kamala Harris been? Don't just force somebody on me because she fits the fucking, she check a whole bunch of boxes. That's not fair. It's not fair to us. I'm so tired of I'm tired of politics. I'm tired of politics. Turn on the TV every 4 years. Somebody just show up talking shit about somebody we don't know. Did you know? I was like, no, of course I didn't know. Why didn't you tell us this shit in between the 4 years? Why are you holding this information from me? People campaigning for jobs, saying what they gonna do on jobs they never had. Ain't that the dumbest shit in the world? That sounds like some shit you did when you was in fucking middle school running for class president. When I become class president, it's gonna be pizza every single day. Motherfucker, you don't even know if that, you can't promise that. When I become class president. Politics is a dirty game. I found that out at a young age. 4th grade, I ran for class president. I'm not fucking with y'all. I ran for class president 4th grade. I wrote a fucking speech out, brought all the kids to the gym. I stood up in front of the class. I read my speech. I felt good about myself. I talked about shit that was going on in the school that was important to me. I said, I should be your president because X, Y, Z. I felt good about myself. The next guy that came up behind me, his name was Emmanuel. This motherfucker rapped a song that he wrote about being class president and won. They didn't give a fuck about what he was talking about. That motherfucker was flowing. And at the end of the day, they announced who the winner was. All right, cool, he was rapping, but I talked about some real shit, and I went to my friend. His name was David Opio. I'm gonna have to bleep this part out, because that's his real name. David was my best friend in 4th grade. And I went to him, and I was like, man, I lost. I was like, who did you vote for? And he was like, hey, man. That motherfucker was rapping. Like, what the fuck? That shit broke my heart. I was like, God damn, my best friend? But that's politics. If I can convince you in the moment that I'm good for the job in the way you need to be convinced, you won. Fuck what I was talking about. Fuck what I'm talking about. And that's where we at right now. Who can say the coolest shit in the moment? Who don't you like enough to go vote for somebody else? Y'all remember the movie Twilight Zone? Remember the Twilight Zone movie? And it was a scene with John Lithgow. And he was sitting on the plane. Remember the plane scene? And then he raised the window up, and it was a fucking monster tearing the wing off. But every time he was like getting nervous and shit, he's already nervous to fly. And then he raised it up and he see it, and then he'd be like, look. And then they look, they'd be like, sir, what are you talking about? And it was just tearing the fucking wing off. That's the exact same thing that COVID is doing to Joe Biden right now. That shit is tearing his ass up. And he the only person that see it. That's why he be in interviews, he be like, Joe, what's happening? Y'all remember he shook hands with nobody? Remember we saw it, but nobody said it. We ain't do anything about it. We saw it, we act like it didn't happen. We was at home, he was like, thank you, God bless America. He turned, and he stood there just like this. Wasn't nobody walking up, wasn't nobody walking away, and we was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? And we didn't see nobody, we was looking, we didn't see nobody, but he saw Patrick Swayze and Lyndon B. Johnson and Woodrow Wilson. He was like, thank y'all so much for coming to see me. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that he stepped down, because I didn't feel comfortable looking at him that much longer. You know how you see somebody that's fucked up, but you're like, I don't want to be the person to say it? Like if Joe Biden passed away tomorrow, God forbid, we'll be like, oh man, right on time. Like that's how old Joe Biden is. Like that's, we should have put Joe Biden down 2 years ago. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I feel like we should euthanize old people. Not old people, old people. There's certain people, once they hit a certain age, they start wandering off, they forgetting shit, pissing, shitting on themselves. They just don't, they have no use in society. Somebody gotta watch them around the clock. They're a liability. We gotta get those people the fuck out of here. They're taking up space in Medicare. I want Secret Service to pull up to the White House like, Mr. President, would you like to go get some butterscotch? He's like, I love butterscotch. They put him in the car, they start driving. He looking out the window happy. Where we going? Butterscotch. Oh yeah, that's right. Drive him out into a field. You know what I'm saying? That sounds hard. Okay, that do sound harsh. All right, how about this? They put the butterscotch at the bottom of some stairs. That way when he falls, it's natural causes. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'll move on. I'm 39 and single, so I find myself dating single mothers, divorcees, and professional working women. Nobody cares more for their children than a single mother. And nobody puts their children in more danger than a single mother. Because when they go in to go get some dick, they will leave their child in that house by themselves. There's so many women holding their mouth right now. Because it's true. It's very true. They've been there tucking their kid in with a full outfit on. Coat zipped up to their neck. Where you going? Mommy just cold. Go to sleep. The last thing they see is you easing out the room like this. It's hard dating divorced women because divorced women, they've done everything. They've done everything with their husband. You go places, they be like, oh, we came here. I remember it was like 10 years ago, and you'd be like, oh, okay. You want to go over here? Oh, yeah, I remember the first time. God damn. Did everything. I can't do shit brand new. Divorced women don't even want to have a second marriage. Like, I'm not a second marriage. They won't even have a second wedding. That shit ain't even exciting to them. I did it already. Let's just fucking go somewhere. You gotta take this motherfucker to Timbuktu or some shit. Have you ever been there? No, I ain't never been there. Professional women, they work. Professional women, they got their own money. Professional women are ready to quit that job. Oh, they ready to quit that fucking job. How work was, it's good. But if you want me to quit, I can quit. Hey, fucking slow down. I didn't say I was gonna take over your fucking life. I was just saying like how I went today. I don't have to go. I'm at the age now where like the women that I'm dating in my age range, they got kids already, so it's a possibility I may be a stepfather. Step parents are cool. Step parents, make some noise if you're a step parent. Step parents, that's the coolest shit in the world. Accepting somebody else's child is your responsibility. That's a hard task, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to date people with kids. I got 2 step parents. Best step parents in the world. Y'all here, make some noise. Not y'all, I'm talking about my actual step parents. I'm shouting them out. Y'all like, yeah. Best step parents in the world. And the beauty about my step parents is that they were in my life since I was like 6, 7 years old. Early 90s. Like I was a kid, so it was like I got to grow up with them, so it wasn't foreign for them to be in my life. My stepfather was cool as hell. This motherfucker could tumble. He was doing backflips and shit. Thought that was cool. Like, he did the coolest shit in the world. He had like this when like Super Nintendo came out. He would come over and bring his Super Nintendo. It's the coolest shit in the world. We didn't have a Super Nintendo. All the new games, all the accessories and shit. He bring that shit up, man. Y'all play the game, Mario World, and play the game. Enjoy yourselves. We look forward to him coming over. And I just remembered this shit. I remembered this shit recently. Like, damn, that's so fucking cool of him to come over and spend time with 2 kids that's not his. Let us play his game. And we look forward to hanging out with him and spending the night. And I thought about this recently. I was like, oh, shit. He was letting us play the game. Oh, fuck that. We would play that game for you. Know how kids get focused. This is brand new. This is brand new fucking technology. Like, we ain't never seen this shit. We locked the fuck in. I can't remember him ever finishing the game with us. He just slowly backing out of the living room like, yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it. I learned from that. Now I have 2 PlayStation 5s. I really want to have a kid, but I want to have a kid for all the wrong reasons. I want to have a kid because y'all kids trash. Yeah. I work with kids. Not y'all kids specifically, but the world. A lot of kids trash out here. I worked with kids 2 times in my life, and I looked around and I was like, I could do better than this. These kids trash. Kids are wonderful. They bring out the best in you, and they show you who you are. They really show you who you are because they watch you. They study you, right? I don't know how to do it. I've never been here before. You with me every single day. I'm watching you. How you respond to shit, how you act, how you talk, how you treat people. I see that shit. Fuck what you telling me. I see the shit. Being a parent is hard. That shit is hard. I got great parents. Great parents. They had me at a young age. So the fact that I'm not weird or nothing like that. No, because when people have a lot, see, this is the problem. A lot of kids are trash because their parents didn't want them. Stop saying damn. And when I say didn't want, they weren't planned. If you don't plan to have a kid, you treat the kid like a burden. And that kid feels like a burden. That kid has a kid, and it's a cycle. When you plan to have a kid, hey, man, I wanted you to be here. I'm treating you like I want you to be here. A lot of kids don't get that. I got that. That shit was amazing. My mother's amazing. I'm going to tell you a story about what my mother's amazing. My mother has, I've never seen anybody be cooler in a fucked up situation. Mom finna tell a story, don't laugh. My little brother, I was about 15, my little brother's 10 years younger than me. I'm 15 years old, I'm in the house, I'm watching him, my mother's at work. It's the summertime. My little brother likes to play video games. My little brother play video games, this is how he play video games. Because he get excited, he do this. So he's standing in front of the TV, and he fucking excited. I'm sitting on the couch, I'm half watching. I'm half like paying attention to him. I might be on the phone, I might be looking at a magazine or some shit. And out the corner of my eye, I see him rush off to the bathroom, whatever. He come back, get back on the game. Unpause, he back to it. And as I'm watching him, I see that he no longer has underwear on. So I say, hey, where your drawers at, man? Hey, pause the game. Where are your underwear at? And before he could say anything, I said, did you pee on yourself? He looked at me, he was a little kid, he's 5, his eyes was wide. He was like, yeah. I said, when Ma get home, you gonna tell her. You gonna tell her what you did. You can't be into this game that much that you pee on yourself. Chill out. So go back to the game, he a little chill now, he like. About an hour later, my mother come home. I said, tell her. Tell her what you did. Mother said, she said, what happened? What happened? He says, I boo-booed on myself. I said, what? What do you mean you, no, that's not what happened. And my mother, she don't break stride. She says, where your underwear at? He says, in the hamper. It's like a TV show. We all rush to the bathroom to the hamper. We open the hamper up. Sure enough, it's a pair of cartoon underwear with a White Castle slider worth of shit in it. I lose it. Hey! Yeah! This down! My mother said, calm down. Calm down. And she take the underwear, she plops the shit in the toilet, and she hand washes the underwear in the sink. Hey, come on, you can't be playing a game that intense that you don't go to the bathroom. I'm like, that's it? That's it. You're not gonna fuck him up like you nothing. It's a slider in the toilet right now. And I was like, I don't believe myself to be that calm. At that age, I was like, no, this the type of shit kids doing. I don't want kids. I'm not prepared. I can't handle shit like that. Kids show you who you are, and you see who your parents are. Here's a story about my father. I had to be probably about 7 years old, and we were outside my grandmother's house, and I was just riding the bike up and down the block. And I never forget, this blind man was walking. He was walking up the street with a stick. Maybe he was like impaired, but I ain't gonna say he was blind because he was walking up the street. He's walking up the street, and he's like, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Belmont?" And my father said, "Yeah, just keep walking in that direction." And then when he went to walk off, he almost walked into like a parked van, and I giggled. I was like, ah, because he almost walked to. It was fun. I was a kid. And he snapped on me. That's not cool. You don't laugh at nobody like that. He blind. You don't do shit like that. He go off on me. We done. We taking the bike in the house. I'm crying and shit. But he taught me a valuable lesson. You don't punch down. You don't make somebody feel stupid for being like having an impairment. He couldn't see, right? Right. I probably was about 10 years old. Fast forward 3 years. I spent the weekend with my father. He was driving me home in the morning before I went to school. He had gave me $10. Spent the weekend here. Here's $10. Here's some cash for the week. Thank you. Now, usually when I stayed on Father's house, I stayed up late. I would wake up late because I had been up all night. And he'd take me to school. We driving. And while he driving, he's like, "Hey, I don't have any money on me. The $10 I gave you, can I have it back and I give it to you later?" I'm a fucking kid. I'm not used to having money. No. It's my money. Like, what are you talking about? Can you have it back? Like, no. What the fuck no. If I could have said fuck no. Can I have it? Can you think I can get that? Hell no. Fuck out of here. Nod off. Take me home. He wake me up. Hey, you home? I get out the car. I get home. I reach in my pocket. And he took that fucking $10. When I nodded off, that motherfucker clipped me. That's who the fuck he is. That you will clip a fucking 10-year-old for $10. But now as an adult, I understand sometimes you fucked up. You can't keep promises. Sometimes you need that 10 back. I want kids. I want one kid. I want one kid because I want to put my all into that kid. I remember when I was a kid, and this is how stupid kids are. I asked my grandmother, I said, Grandma, what happened if a fly land on your eye? She said, it gets stuck. Now everybody in this room know that. The way your eyeballs and your lashes and there's no way a fucking fly gonna land on your eye. And what the fuck would make it stuck? But as a kid, I'm like, oh, thank you, Grandma. And I grew up thinking that if a fly landed on your eye, it would get stuck. And that is the beauty of children. They believe whatever the fuck you say. So if you tell them some dumb shit, they'll believe it. But if you tell them some amazing shit, they'll believe it too. That's what the fuck I want to do. I want to have a kid tell them you awesome, you smart, you can do anything. I'm going to back you up. Whatever the fuck you want to do, that's why I want to have a kid. And then I take that exact same kid and I walk around and be like, look at my kid. Y'all kids ain't shit. Most men want their kid to be like, I want you to play sports. Like, I don't want my son to play sports. I want my son to be in an anime. I want to be in an anime because most times, like, say like something happened to me, right? My son played basketball. The most I'm gonna get out of him, he gonna write my name on his shoe when he play basketball. He's just gonna write my name. Rest in peace, Pops. But if somebody kill me and my son into anime, he gonna fucking avenge my death. You understand what I'm saying? He gonna be running with his arm. He gonna be running. My father! You killed my father. I'm afraid, man. I'm afraid because the world fucked up. It's fucked up. We can't control what's happening. We don't know what's gonna happen. But we bring kids into a world we can't protect them from. And we try to protect them, but when you overprotect somebody, they're not prepared for the fight when they come, right? Because you've been protecting them for so long. I can't be here forever. Stop protecting your kids. Let them out. Let them play outside. Stop letting them sit on phones and tablets and shit. Right? It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that shit right there, if the internet goes down, if the world, we don't have any internet, how do you even think critically? You don't know how to think critically. Stop dropping your kids off at school. Hey, get on the fucking bus. Go out into the world and learn how to make decisions on the spot. That shit is important. I want kids, but I'm not prepared for everything kids do. Like lie. Kids be lying. Kids be just lying. And you know when a kid lying because they show up with too many details. And they like it's shoulders and eyes. We was playing outside and then the thing fell and then we ran, but I didn't break it because you like, hey, I didn't even ask you shit. What the fuck? Wait, slow down. Because when we was running because we was scared that they was gonna say all right. My older brother was a horrible liar. He was a horrible liar. I knew when he was lying. He'd come home late with some extravagant ass lie. And my mother be like, for real? And I think she was just doing it because it's just like, I don't have the energy to poke holes in this bullshit. So the car hit the bus. This old lady, she like fell down. And I was like, we gotta get her help. I'm in the back like, man, get the fuck out of here. He was so bad at lying. But I appreciate my mother for listening to that bullshit. Finish this saying, happy wife, happy husband, fuck him. Nobody gives a fuck about husbands. Nobody. Give me a saying for husbands. It don't exist. It doesn't exist. Happy husband, he won't fuck your cousin. I don't know. Like, it don't. Nobody gives a fuck about men and husbands. The sole purpose of a wife is to keep their husband healthy so he can go to work. So sole purpose as a wife, to keep this motherfucker healthy enough so he can get to work. Where you going? I'm gonna go play basketball with the guys. Take it easy. You gotta work in the morning. Every wife in here said that shit. Hey, you gotta work in the morning. That's the only thing that matters. Because his money is y'all money. And your money is like FEMA. In the event of emergency, you can apply for some funds. We'll get back to you in 2 to 3 weeks. See what we can do. Women always complain, I don't make as much money as a man. Women, y'all want to make as much money as a man, but the question is, I'm asking this question. If you made the same amount of money as a man, would you spend your money on a man? Then what the fuck do you need it for? What the fuck you need it for? If I'm spending my money on us and me, and you spending your money on just you, why the fuck you need to make as much money as I do? Women talk about work like they not supposed to be there. They talk about work every single day like they surprised that they had to do it. Let me tell you what they did at work today. You like, what? A man could almost die at work. He come home. How was work today? It was work. Once we done with work, I'm not talking about work. Unless something really pissed us off, we'll talk about it, then it's over with. But on a daily basis, leave that shit where it's at. Y'all come home like, let me tell you what the fuck happened at work today. What, they had you working? Shut the fuck up. It's the same characters every fucking day. The storyline not getting any better. Every time you come, the storyline the exact same. Somebody said something, didn't do something. That's called work. So he didn't show up to work today. Yeah, that happens at work. My belief is you got to do what makes sense, or you got to do what you want equality, or you want to do what makes sense. Equality, we have the same things. We're responsible for the same things. We split that shit 50-50. You want to do what makes sense? If I make a little bit more money, I'm going to take on a little more of the weight. But if you want equality, fucking grab that end of the couch. We finna move this bitch. Bend your knees. And I'm going to need you to get that water out the car when you come back inside. Like, you can't have both. You can't have equality in what makes sense. That shit don't work like that. This card is entitled Toxic Femininity. Struck a chord, huh? A minor! No, I'm just fucking. Any woman that says she doesn't do drama, but she watches Love and Hip Hop, Housewives, 90 Day Fiance, Bachelor, Love is Blind, and Love on the Spectrum, she got a master's in drama. Fuck you. I don't like drama. What the fuck are you watching on TV then? That's like me being like, I'm not gay, I just watch gay porn. What the fuck are you looking at? What part do you like in this situation? It ain't the acting. Y'all know the story of Michael Jackson? Like, y'all know the story of Michael Jackson? Like, we all know like the loose upbringing of Michael Jackson. Grew up Gary, Indiana, to a family of performers. Father was very abusive. You know, people, oh, he whooped his ass into fame. Right? Michael Jackson is probably one of the, if not one of the greatest performers in our lifetime. We've never seen anybody like him. This motherfucker was amazing. Family, he had a big family. All his family, brothers and sisters, they were performers and shit. And at times they would pit the family members amongst one another. Right? Rebe not as good as Jackie. Joseph not as good as is Tito. Like the people was just, thank you. oh, you talking? It sounded like she was saying thank you to me. Thank you. I'm glad somebody agreed. He couldn't hold a candle to him. Thank you. A lot of infighting amongst the brothers and sisters. Michael Jackson, the greatest motherfucking entertainer. His music, all that shit lived on. But what happened is, his legacy is perverted by the rumors and things that the people said about him. So that's what we remember. We remember him like, oh, he was amazing, but this other shit. Michael Jackson's story is black people's story in America. It's a straight parallel. We got fucked up. And despite all that shit, we've done amazing things in this fucking country. Amazing things. We've been pitted against one another. Oh, you gotta be this, you gotta do that. Oh, you gotta beat this person out. Why? Why do I gotta compete with somebody that look like me? Why can only be one of us to be successful? Black people, we traumatized. Like a lot of shit we grew up inherent, just in us. We hate ourselves at times. We hate to be around other black people when it's just, oh, what the fuck they doing here? That's some wild shit. Oh shit, what the fuck is he doing? We gotta get the fuck out of here. What? We black. It's us. I'm tired of being black, actually. Not for the fucked up reasons y'all think. I'm tired of being black because black people, we age too well. As a result of that, we ignore a lot of health issues because we look good for a long time. We wake up, chest pains, fucking foot swollen. We looking in the mirror like. I'm good. Black don't crack, but this shit hurt. White people, you see black people like they walk so cool, like, no, those just injuries. We ain't get taken care of. My ACL fucked up, man. My shit ain't even. Fuck. I can't even make right turns and shit, man. My shit fucked up. I'm just doing a little shake with it when I'm. White people, if you could choose to be black and have one leg, which one would you choose? It's so quiet right now. I'm asking you a question. Right now, they're looking at the sky like, In their head, they're like, take the leg! Take the fucking leg! The black people like, take the leg! You gonna lose that motherfucker anyway. I'm out of here. Y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Out of here. ACL. If I offended anybody here tonight, no, from the bottom of my heart, like, cause when I perform, my intent is not to offend anybody or say anything like purposely like offensive. This is how I feel. And a lot of times as comedians, we have to censor ourselves for the betterment of the collective of people in the audience. I don't want nobody to get up and walk out my show. But if tonight, if you felt like I said something that you didn't agree with, or like you mad, you gonna write a bad review, or you want a refund, with all due disrespect, fuck you, okay? This is how I feel. And that's what this was. This was me telling y'all how I feel. So thank y'all for listening. Turn me up a little bit. Can y'all hear me on this microphone?